Hi, my name is Wahome. Wahome. Um, in the world of the blogsphere, I go by the name Cicero. I go by the moniker Cicero. And for all you who thought I was a female just because the name Cicero sounds like Shiro, Wajiro, um, right here, Cicero, Marcus Tullius Cicero, one of the greatest politicians of all time, one of the greatest orator of all time. So I picked that name to blog with. Now, why why do a video blogcast as opposed to just traditional regular blogging where you just type in your blog and then let people read it? The answer to that question is that with the anonymity that's excuse my stumbling. This is the first time I'm doing this. So with the anonymity that's provided by the blog, where you don't show your face, you don't even have to provide your real name, like me being Cicero. People can snipe at each other. There's no seriousness. There's no accountability. You can get to say anything. And for people who go to mashada.com, you all know in the run up to the 2007 elections, you all know the kind of insightful, hateful messages that were posted there. And the reason why somebody could do that is just because, hey, you don't know them, you don't know their name. That's it. They was spooked somewhere, sitting somewhere in their pajamas and typing all that hate. But half the time it's stuff that somebody cannot walk up to you and tell you to your face. So my reason for getting in front of the camera is just so we can get that openness, accountability. Whatever I say here, I'm accountable to it because there's people out there who know me, who have seen me, and people that I've gone to school with, work with, etc., etc. This blog, I'm hoping, will be the equivalent of London's Speaker's Corner, where people just get to stand up and say whatever it's on their mind. And my hope, my goal is to have regular Kenyans involved in the process, regular Kenyans involved in the discussion about where their country should head to. It's 2009. It's 2 years almost since we had the almost total annihilation of our country. And still, I believe we haven't said never again. We haven't stood up as a country and said such a thing has happened after the 2007 December elections will never happen again. We haven't said that. And the reason why I'm saying we haven't said never, never again is because we have not done things that will make sure that such a thing never occurs again. What has changed in the judiciary? What has changed in the way people view each other in terms of tribes? What has changed in the electoral commission, in the composition of it? Actually, it went from good to us in the sense that now we don't even have one. So it's so irresponsible the way the leaders, the current crop of leaders, is directing the country. But the people who really should be putting a stop to this is us, the people. And I'm sorry to say that we're not doing a good job of it. It reminds me, an analogy that kind of cropped up to my head is when Lucy Kibaki was, and Moi Kibaki, they were doing the press conference. Kibaki announcing to the world that he only has one wife. He only has one first lady, and there's no second lady and third lady. You know? Well, she stood there, went on and on and on, him and the husband. Whereas when there was all the chaos in the country, when there was the Anglo leasing scandal, when there was the maize scandal recently, there was no word, no press conference. When the country was burning, the president didn't even stand up, look at the camera and tell the country it's going to be okay. When we needed most a leader, somebody telling us it's going to be okay. We didn't get that. But then when they have their little domestic disturbance, Dome, there he is with his entourage and huffing and puffing Lucy Kibaki, telling us like we care, really, like we care. I only have one wife. So my analogy of where we are and what we're doing as citizens of Kenya, just how much we're cowering and shying away from our responsibility, is I can compare that to what happened if you watch that video of that press conference, and I suggest if you haven't, please look it up. It reminds me of what happened when Lucy Kibaki dared the journalists who were present at that press conference to ask a question. She looked at them straight in the eye and said, anybody who has a question, say it now or shut up. Say it now or forever hold your peace. In a room, you would imagine, full of journalists, seasoned journalists, because there was a press conference called at the State House, so you wouldn't expect that it was rookies that showed up. It had to be seasoned journalists. Not even one person asked a question. Of all the questions, of all the things you think if you had an opportunity you would tell the president or ask the president, not even the one person asked the question. The people who were trained to ask questions on our behalf, not even one of them stood and asked a question to Lucy Kibaki. They just sat there like cowards that they are. We are not that much different from them. We are watching this country head down the wrong road. And I don't know if we thinking that the politicians are somehow gonna start being what they really are, which is wolves in sheepskin, and we're not doing much as the people to get our voice out there. And as what's the word, as arrogant, I guess, as haughty as this sounds, I'm just hoping that this blog is my way of trying to do something, at least initiating a discussion about where we want to lead our country. Thank you very much. Be looking out for future episodes. Every now and then I'm going to be posting up. And my hope, my plans for the future for this blog is to be interviewing these people. We're going to have correspondence everywhere. We're going to have people waylaying and ambushing all these politicians and, hey, subjecting them to the tough questions. And you out there, regular reader, regular average Kenyan, average mwananchi, if you want to have your voice heard, just as long as it's not the regular matope, kina mashada now ingine, please feel free. I will put up your video. I will put up your typed blog on my blog, and like I said, the key is to have a conversation. That's where we start, to put our heads together. America, as we know it, started with that congregation of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence. That's where it started. It started with people putting heads together and saying, we the people declare, and so on and so forth. That's the Declaration of Independence. That's the most beautiful document ever written. But that's what I'm saying. It's not just talk just to hear ourselves talk because we like our voices or something. It's to talk and to hope that from that talk, something is going to come out of it. Some meaningful, proactive action is going to be followed by the talk. Thank you very much. Look out for more episodes every now and then. The website is www.future44 as the number Kenya.blogspot.com. Thank you very much. Asante.